Hey, yo, I'm Josh Martinez with Z100, New York's #1 hit music station, with our guest, OG Ron Killings. She could be the next Intercontinental Champion, Lara Valkyria. What up? His name gives me challenges because of my accent. So I say Braun Breaker, but it's Braun Breaker. What's going on, man?
You said it right. Either one.
The honorary Boricua, Alistair Black. What's going on, man?
Good. You are a radio guy. That's the most radio voice I've ever heard.
It's just the intro.
Well, I mean, no, it's everything. Like, this is a radio voice. Like, I'm impressed.
Thank you. So when it comes to kind of the legacy with your family, it's interesting because I was talking to our camera guy Liam, and he was saying that he doesn't even connect your dad and your uncle to you. When you hear something like that, how important is that to you that you are carving your own path?
I think it's sort of it goes hand in hand because that's my whole purpose is with the name and to just go my own way, but also pay respect to them at the same time. So that's something that I think that I do a pretty decent job of. But there's some cool things that I haven't done, some gear I haven't worn yet. That's be cool one day to bring out.
So when it comes to, you spent a couple of years in AEW, was there like one particular moment that made you go, all right, when my contract's done, I'm going to pursue other things? Or was it just kind of a little bit of a lot of things that made you go, I want to try something different?
To be honest, it's a little bit of both. Like, in the last 6 or 7 months of being over there, I sat down with Tony Khan. I said, this was like after the match I had with Adam Copeland, which is one of my favorite things I've done in wrestling. I really enjoyed that whole storyline. I sat down with them. I said, look, if that's what we're doing, that's all I want to do. I just want to tell fun stories and all that stuff. And I gave it like 6-7 months. To see if what else would change, or if we were going to be moved in a different position, and it remained somewhat the same. So when my contract was up, I listened to what they had to offer and wanted to do, and then I listened to what WWE had to offer and wanted to do, and with what I wanted to do, it aligned way more with WWE. And my wife is here, Triple H is here, who I've always had a good relationship with. It was never a personal thing. My last conversation with Tony was very pleasant. It was very professional. He thanked me, I thanked him, and it was good. I think a lot of times people take these decisions more personal than the people involved themselves. Like, at the end of the day, right? Being passionate is one thing, but it shouldn't ruin your day. It shouldn't affect you mentally so much that you get so upset that people go to different sports teams as you will. I just felt I had more to do here, and the things that I wanted to do aligned more, with what I wanted to do here. And there's nothing wrong with what I did in AEW in terms of I had a lot of fun. I just felt that I wanted something else in my career, and they said we wanted to keep it this way, which is absolutely fine because it's his promotion and his money. He gets to decide. And I was like, okay, well, I prefer doing this, and we went our separate ways, and there was no hostility, no nothing.
A two-part question. What's harder to pull off as a character, drama or comedy?
Neither.
Really? What's that?
You pull it off, you execute.
So I called you an honorary Boricua because your wife is Puerto Rican. Sure. What is your favorite Puerto Rican food?
So you're the second person to ask me, and the second person I'm going to tell this. I have not had any traditional Puerto Rican food yet because we never have any time, and I do all the cooking.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm the designated chef because I actually like cooking. It's one of my quiet passions that I don't speak about a lot. But her grandmother did make me the Tostitos. No, that's not.
Tostones.
Tostitos is something else.
Not chips, yeah.
That's the fried banana stuff. Yeah. I've had those, but that's as much as my Puerto Rican cuisine goes. Now, I will say that there is a trip planned to go to Puerto Rico at some point, and at that point I want to try all the native dishes that I can, because I do enjoy a lot of not so conventional foods in terms of what us Westerners eat and stuff like that. And even though I come from a very different place in the world, and we don't eat a lot of the stuff that the people in the United States eat, it's a little bit more conventional, of course. But I really enjoy discovering new foods and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about
How
that.
important is it representation as a Mexicana in the game, and being that conduit to seeing fellow young girls kind of looking up to you?
Yeah, it's very important to me because as a child, I looked up to the Latinas that were on my TV screen, like Selena Quintanilla. We had Melina, we had AJ Lee in WWE, and I just really wanted to be that representation for the young women that were following behind me, especially being different and being taller and bigger than a lot of people. I just knew that there was a difference in when it came not just to skin color, but size as well. And so I wanted to represent a group of women that don't get represented.
So when it comes to the singlet, you kind of pay homage to your uncle and your dad. Is there a particular singlet and an event that was like your favorite?
WrestleMania 9 was probably my cool, this WrestleMania memory of them. Those singlets were pretty cool. That's something that's probably gonna be remade at some point.
Are you the type of dude that's a fan of trying like new types of protein, whether it's like elk or?
Oh yeah.
What's like your favorite dish that surprised you that might kind of skeeve people out?
I mean, it's not as crazy as people think, but I never ate venison before, and venison is like one of my favorite things now. I've tried a lot of stuff, especially when I worked in Japan a lot. I ate cow tongue and stuff like that, and like that wasn't bad neither. But yeah, I like trying new stuff, and I always feel like you need to try everything. Well, I mean, most like not everything. There's limits to stuff, but I'm a big fan of trying a lot of like native dishes and stuff like that to see what you think of it, because I think a lot of times when you start dissecting ingredients, you might look at one thing and go, oh, but then when you try and combine with a bunch of stuff, the whole flavor palette changes. So
what's the pressure like going into a match at SummerSlam one-on-one compared to WrestleMania, which was a tag team?
Okay, so SummerSlam, first ever 2-day SummerSlam, pretty massive. Against Becky, always going to be massive. No DQ. I don't know, this is crazy. It's a very risky game, but I'm very confident what I've got in mind.
So what's the biggest difference in wrestling in Ireland compared to wrestling in the States?
Well, the crowds are insane here. You go to Ireland. We got our biggest crowd would probably be 2,000 in the stadium, but it is a very kind of homey vibe in Ireland. We got the same fans coming back, so that's actually quite similar in NXT. But then that's been the biggest change for me, is going like place to place with Raw, different crowds all the time. So that's great. But yeah, I guess that's the biggest difference. It's a lot smaller crowd, but a homier one, that home feel in Ireland.
From a consistency standpoint, you mentioned kind of like the crowds are the same, so it's a little easier to kind of like work the room, if you will. What's been the biggest challenge for you coming up to the main roster and kind of bouncing from city to city?
I don't know if it's easier, or I think it's actually a bit more intimidating when you see the same people all the time, because you know them. They're you've almost a relationship with the NXT crowd, which is a very special thing, because you're doing it for the same people. You see the same faces in the room, so I actually feel like it's a little bit more intimidating. But they're all closer to the ring as well. Whereas like if it's a sea of unknown faces, it's almost just like I don't know. It's a bit easier for some reason, even though the numbers could like vastly differ, like to the thousands.
From a promo standpoint, do you find it more challenging to cut a promo in front of like 20 friends compared to 20,000 people?
Oh yeah, like I don't mind telling you, like doing that at home in Bray, County Wicklow in front of like 13 people, like even getting in the ring for a match in like where we started in Bray. I've never known fear like that since ever. Like WrestleMania, any of my biggest matches, I feel prepped because of the fear I felt on the mats in Bray years before. So when it comes to you right now, you're obviously kind of being pushed as the next big thing, if you will, to take a moniker from Heyman and Lesnar back in the day. It looks like you and Bronson Reed killing it right now, taking that next step. Is there someone who you have your eyes on, like, okay, right behind us is this person, so we got to keep our game high because they're right on our heels?
No, I don't think so. We're on a level of our own right now. We're taking this entire company over, and you're either with us or you're against us. That's it. So shifting gears a little bit, we are here for SummerSlam. As of right now, you're not on the official card. What does that do for you, the person, in regards to motivating you to want to get onto that PLE that's a big card?
So for me, it's like I feel like I'm kicking off SummerSlam because I'm competing against Damian Priest tonight. So I don't really look at it as like, oh, you're not on SummerSlam. I look at it like we're the one that kind of, bite the head off tonight, and we have to set a standard. We have to raise the bar for the rest of SummerSlam. So my job for me tonight is to make sure that everybody can go into SummerSlam going, yo, I'm ready for SummerSlam. That was great.
What is your key to longevity in the industry?
There is no key, man. There's no handbook to life. You just have to look beyond where you are. You live in the moment, smell the roses, believe in yourself, have confidence, have discipline, and respect. And the universe will keep you and take you where you're supposed to be.
Smell the roses, but also smell him. You smell good, dog.
Appreciate it, dog.
I grew up watching the WWE and maybe wanting to be a part of it, but not seeing much representation, and then seeing someone like AJ Lee go out there, and she was like a 5'0" Latina tomboy, and I related to that, and when I saw that, it made me believe in myself and made me believe, okay, I can do it one day. So now to be that person for all these younger boys and girls out there is really, really special.
Yeah, and to add to that, we're both Diaz. We're both aunties. So we
Yes.
both have nieces that look up to us. And so it just makes it that more important.
Let me tell you something. As a dude who has a less than 2-year-old daughter right now, that's why the lemon shirt, because her nickname was Lemon, and this is my way of letting her see it down the road that Papi still got your back. The respect and love that I have for women's wrestling now compared to just a couple years ago is insane, because I see now that she's going to grow up seeing Latinas and seeing girls that look like her on the screen. So thank you just for being you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if you needed to pay for 3 concerts to see 3 artists right now, who comes to mind that you would pay to see?
My Chemical Romance, Evanescence, and Nightwish. Not so poppy, but
No. I was gonna say Evanescence kind of surprises me because, like, based on the age difference, that's more of like me in high school, and yeah, I'm a little older than you, so they haven't been major since.
come back. Amy Lee is on fire right now. New singles this year. You gotta go check them out. They're really good.
Listen, I've always said that Amy Lee is like the most underappreciated vocalist of this generation.
I know, right? Like, thank you.
I don't know what you got planned next weekend, but My Chemical Romance will be at MetLife Stadium.
They're gonna be in Tampa with Amy Lee. They're doing a tour with Evanescence, so yeah, very excited for that one.
For the record, before we wrap things up, I just want you to know that House of Black merch that was on AEW, the best merch of any wrestler this millennium, literally the last 25 years. I stand on that. I don't know how much designing skills you had in that or whatever, but everything you guys did, fucking dope.
Me and Brody, for the most part, took the reins and all the designing and stuff. And obviously, with my clothing line, Black Mass, I had a lot of house designers. Scarborough made a lot of good stuff. Anthony Lucero from Cult Leader made a lot of really good stuff. Das Prospects made a lot of good stuff. We had a lot of really cool designs, and we just had a lot of good connections, man. And obviously, Brody with God's Hate had a lot of really cool designers that he could use, and we just had a lot of really cool designs ready. And I'm thankful that you say that, because that's how we felt. Because we looked at all the designs of like, hey, let's just do band merch. Let's just make band merch. And I kind of always have done that, even when I first came into WWE. The way I always explain to them is like, I don't want to make wrestling gear, I want to make band merch. And it's the same way now. To me, that's just a cooler way of approaching wrestling merch. Like, I don't want you to like look at a shirt, and there's nothing wrong with having a specific wrestling design. I just was like, no, I want you to walk around and somebody go, yo, what band is that? You know what I mean? Or like, yo, what is that? Instead of like people immediately knowing that it's wrestler A or wrestler B. And again, nothing wrong with it. It just wouldn't fall in line with who I am.
No, and like I said, I'm not kidding. All the merch, fucking dope. One more time, Aleister Black. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you. So after Seth's injury, you have really stepped up. Was that injury kind of your time to say, okay, I'm going to step up? Was it a conversation with Heyman, or was it just kind of this innate, I know I have to do it now?
I think me being in this role was always the plan, or always the vision for everything, but it's just happened a bit sooner than we all anticipated, just because of Seth being gone. So, here we go.